Hello success seekers and welcome to Furetastic. In this video, I'm going to tell you the most practical ways of learning English in 2020. Now you might say, how do I understand when the video is already in English? Well, I have wrote this in a simple language and I can say that my accent is pretty understandable, and also because this might not be the only video you watch, you can understand basics. So now let's dive in. Firstly, you have to be clear that why you want to learn English, because if you don't have a strong motivation, you will quit after some time. So let's discuss that too. English is a global language. English is the most commonly spoken language in the world. 1 out of 5 people can speak or at least understand English. And number 2, studying English can help you get a job. English is the language of science, aviation, computers, diplomacy and tourism. Knowing good English increases your chances of getting a good job in a multinational company within your home country or of finding work abroad. Number 3, learning English can help you meet new people. English is the official language of 53 countries and is used as a lingua franca, a mutually known language by people from all around the world. This means that whether you are working in Beijing or traveling in Brazil, studying English can help you have a conversation with people from all over the world. Number 4, many scientific papers have been written in English. In the last century, the number of scientific papers written in English has started to outweigh the number of papers written in the native language of the researcher. In the Netherlands, for example, the ratio is a surpassing of 40:1. For this reason, having a knowledge of English is incredibly important to those working in the scientific field. Number 5, English is the language of media industry. Because of the prominence of Hollywood in global media, an enormous amount of films, TV shows and popular songs are written in English. If you speak English, you won't need to rely on translations and subtitles anymore to enjoy your favorite books, songs, films or TV shows. Another one is English is the language of the internet. English is a particularly important language online, with more than half the content on the internet written in English. As well as this, some of the world's largest tech companies are based in English-speaking countries. Number 7, traveling is a lot easier with good knowledge of English. Imagine you're a Spanish person on holiday in Thailand. While your hotel receptionist might not be able to answer your question in Spanish, it's likely they will be able to answer your question in English. Another one is English is one of the most important languages for business. Whether you are a business owner, student or an employee, English is incredibly important in the business world. English is considered to be one of the most important business languages due to being the fact language of United States and the official language of UK, Canada and South Africa. With English, you can study all over the world. Since English is spoken in so many different countries, there are thousands of schools and universities around the world that offer good programs in English. If you speak good academic English, there's lots of opportunities for you to find an appropriate school and course to suit your needs. Find out about what going to university in an English-speaking country. Another important yet last one is English gives you access to multiple cultures. Good knowledge of English will allow you to access films, music, literature from hundreds of countries around the globe. Not to mention the fact that numerous books from across the world are translated into English. Few experiences will make you grow a person more than learning the values, habits and the way of life in a culture that is different from yours. So now that you know why learning English is important, let's dive into the methods that will help you learn it faster. Number 1, try to learn a new word every day. It increases your English vocabulary as well as your interest in the process of learning the English language. Don't worry whether you are using this word in conversations you are having in English. You will eventually. Learning new words will also help you feel good about the progress you are making as a non-native English speaker trying to learn spoken English. Number 2, turn on music in English. Rhythms and rhymes have been found to stimulate your brain and improve learning. In fact, our researchers found that music can be invaluable tool when learning English as it helps with pronunciation, word boundaries, and vocabulary. Number 3. Highlight unfamiliar words when reading. When reading an English book, highlight words you do not know and do not look those words up until the end of chapter. Then turn those unfamiliar words into a lesson for the day. This is a tried and true, well known and reliable way to improve your English vocabulary and comprehension. Simply pick out a book that looks interesting and sit down with a highlighter, pen and a notebook. By the end of that chapter, you will probably have at least a handful of words to look up. Number 4. Watch movies with English dialogue. Movies are a great source of native conversation and vocabulary. Plus, the visual nature of film allows you to experience non-verbal context too, such as facial expressions and hand gestures, accompanying and contextualizing the film's dialogue. Above all, watching a film is a fun and motivational way to develop English language skills. Number 4. Subscribe to podcasts or YouTube channels in English. Like humor, like politics, or you like blogging, or cooking. With topics covering every interest imaginable, there's an English speaking podcast or YouTube channel out there for you. Subscribe to a few and listen while driving or watching during the commute to school or work. At first, you might find the native accents difficult, but stick with it and you'll soon start to understand what you hear, as well as learning lots of new vocab from a native speaker. And the last one is find a conversation partner. One of the easiest ways to do this by hanging out where the backpackers are. Most cities around the world will have at least one hostel, and generally these hostels have a bar or communal gathering area. Go there and just start talking to anyone you see. Start with, have you been in X city? Backpackers love meeting new people and often have all time in the world to chat. I guarantee that this one sentence will instantly open up a conversation. You'll become their best friend once they find out that you are local who can offer them some inside tips on the best places in town to eat, drink and visit. This is an easy way to practice both your speaking and listening skill. So yeah, this is it for today guys. If you like the content, then subscribe to my channel, drop a beautiful like and share this video with your loved ones. And now it's time to go. Goodbye, stay safe, stay productive and peace out.